Hello, welcome back. I've not got a huge amount of time today, so I'm not sure how long this part's going to be, but let's try and get as much done as we can as soon as possible. So we pretty much finished off this particular turn, but we do have a few spies and things we can move around, so I'm going to send this guy to the south to check out the Romans a little bit more thoroughly. And we're going to send this guy further to the south in this direction to go and check out Carnuntum. And then we've got a diplomat here, which I think I'm just going to leave in his current place. So the plan for today is just to probably start moving to the south from this town and Burkhard, and over in the east to hopefully single out and wipe out this big stack here, which will just reduce the Vandals to these 2 full stacks left, which admittedly we might not be able to deal with, but we'll try to chase them down as... Okay, I didn't think he'd go for an attack on us directly, but that's completely fine. Let's go for it. Well, they've got to come to us. So, depending on which direction my reinforcements come in from, not the ideal one, to be honest. I'm going to try and run these up if I can. Yeah, that's really not exactly where I wanted them to come in, as they do appear to be racing very rapidly towards my archers. Let's see, what are they bringing here? If it's just horse archers, I think that's fine. Yeah, just horse archers, I think we can take them. If they try to actually charge us, we're in trouble. We'll try and run everyone up here before they can chase us down on this end. If they do come at us with their cav, and they do have a warlord for one, then we could be in some trouble. But if they're going to try and take us on ranged units against ranged units, this is very much in our favour. But I fear we could be caught out here, as who is this? Peasants. Okay, perfectly happy to be caught by the peasants. In fact, I should probably just try and rout them right now, since they're right there. As the most dangerous units are the warlord, who is over here somewhere. The chosen warriors, I think we should try and rush while we can. And most of our units, it looks like they will be able to make it up the hill relatively safely. This is a little bit dangerous for our warlords. I was hoping they would rout slightly more quickly, so I'm going to try and pull out. Stay as safe as we can. And let's just keep gathering everyone up on that hill. So it looks like someone is charging in. Who is this? Very fast unit indeed. It's still missile capped, so that's completely fine. Okay. Meanwhile, we are running away from the horde horsemen, and the warlord is not currently engaging, so this is all working out pretty well. We have to bear in mind that they have to come to us, as okay, they have decided now to start taking us on in melee, so I think we're just going to have to run in with everything we have here, as we have already lost one archer unit. We've activated our berserkers too, which may be a mistake, but... Okay, so we successfully routed them. The problem, of course, is we've now got 2 activated berserker units, and I'm not sure they're going to keep themselves too safe, but still. For the most part, they do still have to come to us, so let's try and arrange these as best we can, as they're going to start pretty rapidly coming up the hill. And I'm probably just going to use my warlords to escort, I guess, the berserkers, because they're going to need all the help they can get. Okay, here we go. So it looks like they're going to try to just run into the big mass there. Yeah, that's really not ideal. I kind of panicked and I just had to send in any units that I had nearby, which unfortunately at the time it was the berserkers, as one of them appears to have calmed down a little bit, so we'll try to rescue those. And the rest, I think, are just going to go ahead and charge into this missile cav unit, which is now moving away, but we are still berserk, so not a lot we can do. The problem, of course, as well, is berserkers are very much vulnerable to missiles, and it could be weakened pretty quickly here. Let's see, if we go steaming into all of this, these are horde spearmen, so not really a good fight. That's not the way we should be going. Let's pull back. Our archers are not currently firing, so we're going to need to entice them somehow. Come a little bit closer, as I don't remember telling my peasants to do this, but peasants against peasants, we at least stand a chance. Or perhaps not. Okay. Berserkers have given up, but half of them are still alive, so that's okay. The warlord is beginning to move up, and since our other berserkers have moved to the top of the hill, I think it's now time to form a proper defensive position. and let's put the golden band out in front, ready to meet the warlord. And so yeah, it looks like he's going to come towards us. If he comes towards us on his own, that's completely fine. He's currently charging straight towards our spearmen, which is even better. Yeah, I think we're going to have to just take him on now. He's pretty close. We can probably just charge him with everything we have. We need to hope we don't get routed. Definitely possible. But general's coming in, and we routed him. Bear in mind, of course, not necessarily such a great thing because... Hang on a minute, who are these? Our 9 berserkers, they need to just run off. Not necessarily such a great thing because if they do have too few family members left, they will just be offered a random captain as a new family member, which is just a free warlord unit for them. But still, I think for the most part that's all fine, as got some chosen warriors there, currently routing. Let's try and run them down, and hopefully our archers, or our peasants even, and our berserkers over here will be able to leave the field without taking too many casualties. Step forward spearmen, because there is a rout going on, I'm going to risk charging into them because we might just break them straight away, which yes we do. And it might now be time just to run down the horsemen. Archers are still firing on something. I can't really see anything that's threatening us around here. Need to be careful with our warlord, of course. And so they do appear to have a little bit more courage over in this direction, but I'm going to go straight into the Steppe Raiders because they, of course, are a very good archer unit, and we want to get rid of them. They could actually beat our archers 1v1. But yeah, successful rout, and I think we pretty much finished them off. There are a few coming up here. Let's see what these are. Step forward spearmen. Our golden band have a pretty good match up there, so let's just go for it. So yeah, it looks like they're pretty much just completely leaving the field. Okay, so what do we want to finish off most of all? So there's some horde peasants. The horsemen we're not going to catch up to. Just going to have to go for the peasants, I think. We don't really have any other great choices of targets. I guess there are some here. Let's see. We should have 4 of these in total. These guys are already chasing someone down. Some horde spearmen down there I think will break as soon as we charge into them, but let's hold back for a bit. This guy's not currently doing anything, so let's send him after these. And a little bit worried for this guy. It might even be Vithicab. Not really sure, but he's currently being fired on by something. Go for the chosen warriors. Don't have to worry about the peasants. They're gonna fold very easily, as these guys are dropping really quickly, but it doesn't say they're under attack. I'm not really sure what happened with them. We seem to have lost almost all of them. Unless it was friendly fire. It could definitely have been friendly fire, because most of these archers, of course, wouldn't have had much else to be doing. There's still a few more for us to chase here. Let's see, what else have we got? A few here, and a few somewhere else. I can't remember if it actually says we've won yet. I don't think it does, so these guys are actually holding out as their last units. We've technically not actually won the battle yet, but very confident indeed that these guys are going to break as soon as we hit them. Need to be a little bit careful with Vithicab, but still fine. They've broken. We'll just run them down. Okay, so that went extremely well. I was pretty lucky to get away with getting up the hill, but in the end, everything was completely fine. The units we have lost are unfortunately mostly our irreplaceable ones, so we can't replace the golden band, although we can fuse the 2 units together, and we can't replace the berserkers, I guess, although I think we can actually. So yeah, it's just the golden band really that we lost. Anything else we can retrain. So all in all, that went very well, and we pretty much just taken out about a third of what the Vandals had left, I think. Let's see, something going on there. Okay, so in total, looks like they're actually going back south, which is fine. Like, we don't have to necessarily deal with them if they want to do that. I'm tempted to almost... We've had so much luck already with protectorates, and I have a feeling they're starting to realize this is not in their favor. So I'm kind of tempted just to go and chase them down and see if we can make some more friends. And I'm not sure what the Frankish assassins are doing, lurking around our towns, but if they do decide to attack us, there's not really much we can do. Let's send this guy to the south. Let's see exactly what we're up against in this town, as there is family member there waiting to ambush someone. We at least know he's there. And then over in this town, loads of mercenaries. But some of these units are very weak. As long as they don't get retrained. These guys could get retrained, which is definitely going to be a problem if it happens. But maybe these guys are just not making money. The Sarmatians are also here. And that kind of complicates things. Okay, I'm going to tuck this guy in the town. And I'm almost reluctant to go for this now because there are quite a few of these. And they seem to consist mostly of chosen warriors, which we know are pretty tough to deal with. Yeah, seems to be much more infantry based compared to the Vandals for some reason. But yeah, this is the place we need to go. So honestly, I think we just need to be on our way. Hopefully the Sarmatians won't attack us. Take all of these and let's leave behind one of our weaker units. So I don't think we necessarily need all these archers. Let's see. Just straight up hit this guy. Firstly, let's see if there are actually any mercenaries available, which there aren't. Okay, we're going to go after this guy as he backs off, and I think we might be best off just finishing him off. On the other hand, if we can besiege the town already, which we can, it makes sense just to go for that. Let's try this. So it can hold out for 10 turns, which is frankly too long, but it seems to be mostly ranged units. So if we kind of engage them with our infantry, we might stand a chance. On the other hand, our infantry is not great. We do have the chosen axemen, a few of the veterans left, but all in all not too much. And if this guy comes to attack us to liberate his town, that might be the best way, to be honest, because then we can at least play defensively. As we're going to need some kind of extra backup here, so let's get some spear warband. And then over in this town we're going to continue recruiting and retraining. So we can retrain the 6 berserkers. It costs a lot, but that is an option. I think we'll go for some more barbarian cav. And I can potentially go after some of these stragglers. I'm not sure if I want to. We need to be able to get back as well, of course. Some stragglers here too. I know they're fairly weak, so we don't have to worry too much.
Yes, master.
Okay. Firstly, let's start by checking them out. So, wow, only a 43% chance of success there. I realized that too late, but we got away with it. Yeah, I'm sure these guys are pretty weak. It doesn't actually reveal that much about them. We still can't see their numbers, but these are the guys we fought in the previous part, so they should be pretty beatable. And since we really don't have much money... Now the Goths are back too. And they've got almost nothing left now. This is their faction leader. I think this stack is literally all they have. Since we have pretty much no money, we might just have to end the turn. Let's see if we can accomplish anything by talking to these guys. We'll offer them some map information, because we can. They're not willing to go for that, and it doesn't look like I can offer them an alliance, so I think we'll just leave that as is, and we'll go and check this out again. As we can see, there's quite a big horde there too. So potentially what we have here is not quite enough to win us this thing, but we'll keep pushing anyway, and as long as we kind of play it fairly conservatively, hopefully we'll be okay. Try to avoid the Sarmatians if possible. And then I don't think we can really do too much. With our extra spies, I think we do have the extra diplomat who's already on his way. Try and bring the Vandals into the fold. See what happens is crap. Okay, the Sarmatians have decided to come straight for us. They decided not to go after the Romans. Instead they've declared on us. And let's see, this is very infantry based. I'm probably just going to back off here. I really don't want to be at war with these guys. And if they want to weaken the Western Romans for us, I would be more than okay with that, as it looks like the Vandals are going back to the west. Okay. Let's see, there are quite a few things here, quite a few big forces. Seems to be more Romans than ever. Yeah, I'm not sure we're quite ready for this. I really don't want to be at war with the Sarmatians, that's pretty annoying. I don't know why they're not going after the Romans. I'm sure they're at war with them. Let's check, we've not actually had a look at the diplomacy tab in a while. So the Sarmatians are... yeah, they're currently at war with the Romans. They're allies of the Roxolani and the Sassanids. Okay. Doesn't really tell us too much. Let's also, just out of curiosity, because we've not really looked at it any time at all in this campaign, from what I can remember, let's have a look at the overall faction rankings and see how we're actually doing. So yeah, the Romans are in decline, we're on the rise, but I don't think we're quite in the top 5 actually. We're kind of just... oh no, we are, we're in 5th, kind of tying with the Berbers. Surprised the Berbers are even that high, to be honest. But military ranking we're doing pretty well, and then territorial ranking we're in 3rd, with only the Romans ahead of us. So that's pretty interesting. I'm not really sure what to do here now though. This is difficult. I could throw up a fort, just to stop them from coming to the north. Is that worth the money though? I'm not sure. I'm not convinced. Could spend that on extra units instead. If they do try to attack us here, we will surely have some nice mountains to park ourselves on, so yeah, I think that's okay. We're just going to focus on recruiting units instead, so let's get some more Barbarian cav. And should we go after the Vandals? I'm not sure. I think we should definitely go after these weakened ones. Okay, that forces them to back off, but we need to make sure we can get back to. I think for now we probably can. And then what they have left is almost entirely cav, so if we just charge into them with the Warlord, that's probably going to be good enough. Okay, so they're immediately trying to flee. I'm sure they could have just deployed further back, but yeah, they're already on the run. So the main thing to worry about here, of course, is the steppe horsemen. So if we can catch those up and rout them nice and quickly, that'll be fine. In theory, the spearmen are a problem, but when we have literally this many cavalry, we should be able to rout them pretty much completely fine just by surrounding them and hitting them from 2 sides at once, like so. Okay, so they're already broken. The steppe horsemen are coming in for melee attack, surprisingly. Does not make much sense, but that's fine. Some nice easy kills there, and we can pretty much just run everyone else down. Okay, that's pretty much the fight over. They do still have, I think, 1 unit left, but they're pretty much attempting to flee, although actually they can't make it out of this fight, so they do have to go for this. This should be massively in our favour. If we do lose a family member, that's okay, as no, we do manage to break them, and we can now just chase them down. Hopefully get rid of everything they have left. And so let's see, they do have a few peasants here, and that appears to be pretty much it. Let's speed this up. Okay. So that was fairly easy as expected, but of course that is just one of the straggle forces. We don't necessarily benefit that much from taking them out. These do still have, I think, 2 full stacks. Yeah, near enough 2 full stacks going to the west. So we're not really that safe, unfortunately, and we also can't actually get back into the town. So I'm going to send my horses ahead just so that we can have some kind of garrison for the sake of public order. And then hopefully these guys will be able to keep themselves safe if the opponents do decide to attack us. I'm going to put these guys in too. And yeah, I'm a little bit worried for the Franks. If these keep going to the west and attack the Franks, that's a problem, especially because we have encountered a bit of a setback over here. So we're not really going to be able to do too much for at least a few turns, I think. I really don't think it's worth trying to fight the Sarmatians. We just have a few too many mercenaries, I think, and we can't really retrain our units over in this town particularly easily. But let's keep recruiting units, and let's just take as long as we need. So yet another one of our generals has got the axe-bitten trait. But we're currently using them all as one big force, which is a little bit cheesy, but there we go, that's fine. So the Western Roman Empire have got some more rebel problems, but not in Campus Quadi, and probably not in these two towns either, so it doesn't really benefit us that much. I'm going to try and make peace with these guys. I'm not sure there's much in it, but there we go. Hopefully they'll now move off and we won't have to deal with them anymore. And we will send our next spy down to here just to keep an eye on it. So yeah, it's pretty weakly defended, so if we do decide to go for that, which is going to require us to first deal with the Vandals, if we do decide to go for that, that is definitely doable. Unfortunately, of course, the Huns could soon be expanding in that direction too, and I don't really have any interest at all in fighting them. And I know they have at least one big stack somewhere. It was certainly considering going after the Roxolani for some time, but it's kind of gone missing now, and I'm not really sure if that's going to show up in our lands or not, so I have to be a little bit cautious there, but I don't think there's much else we can do with our spies and things, so let's just end the turn. We need to try and get a bit more money, as this guy is still coming for us to decide to go for another attack. Can't really make sense of this, to be honest. I don't know why they're coming for me when the Romans are right there. They do finally go for an attack on the Romans, it's unsuccessful. They go for another one, again it's unsuccessful, but they are weakening each other, so I think it is worth just having a little look here and seeing what happens over the next few turns, as I think there was a Vandal spy. Okay, interesting developments here. Roxolani not moving in our direction. I'm kind of surprised actually this town on our eastern frontier has just completely avoided being attacked the whole time so far. Okay, interesting. So there's a very large Sarmatian force here, and it's almost all elite units. So we still don't want to go forward, but there's not really anywhere else for us to be going, and we're also not really making much money now. So I'm not sure what to think of this. Let's try and get a better look. 100% chance of success, so let's just go for it. There is a Roman force behind them. It's only got the 1 star, which is good, but huge infantry force there. I'm wondering how best we could deal with that, because what we have here is not really enough. Okay. I'll try something slightly cheesy, but just because I think it's going to work, I will do it. Let's see if they'll pay us for a ceasefire. I think they will accept one. No. Okay. It was worth a go. We'll accept the ceasefire. And we'll see if we can just tempt them to attack that town. They won't settle it, I don't think. I think they're more interested in going somewhere else. I could try and make peace with the Romans and then attack them again when we're ready, but I don't really see what that accomplishes. So yeah, we're going to need to find ourselves a bit more money, which could come from sacking Carnuntum. Perhaps we could also get a ceasefire with these. Actually, they do have a third very large stack. I don't know where that came from. I don't really know how this works. But I think actually the Frankish assassins are going after the family members of the Vandals, but that's not really going to work out for them unless they manage to kill them all at pretty much the same turn. Okay, so we can't actually ask them to be protectorates. That's, I guess, not too surprising. So we're just going to have to see what they do. It's unfortunate, because we can't really have them roaming around, but at the same time we can't leave Campus Quadi undefended. So we really do just have to kind of wait. If I were to go and attack them, I could maybe single out this force, although I think this force would then back it up. And this is also fairly weak, mostly cavalry archer based, but we still don't really want to go for it. All of their armies pretty much look the same, to be honest. But yeah, let's tuck ourselves into this town with most of our units, particularly the ones that can be retrained. So that's going to be these guys, these, and maybe these two. And yeah, I'm not too sure what to do about income. We do need income. It should mostly come from sacking towns, I think, but we're just stuck. I don't normally like to race through turns, but I'm not really seeing the alternative here. It's not like we're going to get any extra money, but we can at least wait for the situation. with the Sarmatians to play itself out, and if the Vandals do go and attack the Franks, then hopefully the Franks will horde up and attack them, but they might not. I'm not really sure. Do we want to accept this guy? Herlinda, I don't know where Herlinda is. I'm not going to risk it. Don't think we need him right now. That's, okay, so the Vandals... At least some of the Vandals are going to the south. And the Sarmatians have moved on, but it's not very obvious where exactly they've gone. So let's try and find that out. Still no sign. Oh, there they are. Okay, so they're to the south. Can't quite get in the town, so I can't open the gates. As that's slightly more strongly reinforced now. I don't really think that we want to assault it. Mercenaries available for hire, nothing particularly great. We probably do want to send at least one extra unit down to the south here just to back us up, so it's not a particularly imbalanced force, I guess. We've only really got the 2 or 3, actually no, 4 cavalry units, and then quite a few archer units. I think we could probably benefit most of all from a few extra spearmen. And then yeah, I still can't really see what else we can do. We could perhaps try to make peace with the Vandals. I don't know if that really accomplishes too much, because they could easily come for this town now, and we wouldn't really be prepared to fight them off, although we can probably get back with at least some of our forces if we want to. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see exactly what to do here. We know that the Vandals have this guy, who's pretty weak, but then they also have this full stack just a little bit further along, so I'm going to try asking them for peace, because I'm not really that interested in fighting them. See if we can get some money from them too. There we go, okay. So they paid us a bit, which means we can at least get a few extra units here. Unfortunately, this town is pretty crap, so it's not really giving us much that we can really use. Still, I think it's the best thing we can do. And then over in this town as well, we will recruit something. Again, pretty weak units, but it would perhaps take a bit too long to move things down from here. We do have some spare chosen axemen. I think it's worth bringing those. In fact, Campus Lombardi should be pretty safe. So let's take most of these units and let's just start moving down. Public order situation is still fine. We've not actually checked on public order in some time, so let's see if we can make a bit of extra money here, as most of these are already on very high tax rate. This one can go up to high tax rate, which is a bit of extra cash. This one can also go up to high, and I think that's probably all we can do for now in terms of taxes. But yeah, let's just see what happens at the end of the turn, because this is still an extremely volatile situation. And I think all we can really do is wait. Okay, this is interesting. They have decided to come and attack us with Oppius Flavius, which I think is the original garrison force, and he's backed up by Gnaeus, who, yeah, very small units all around. But I think if we win this, and we can kill enough of them, we should get the town. So let's have a go. This is like the worst battle map of all time. There's literally nowhere we can deploy, from what I can see, that doesn't involve just being completely obscured by gigantic trees. There might be somewhere just over here, right in the corner. Let's have a look. Yeah, there is actually. There's this tiny little spot. It's just flat ground, though. And I know that most of these units, or at least a lot of them, certainly the Spear Warband, do get a combat bonus in the woods. And these guys are also experts at hiding in the woods, and they also get a combat bonus in the woods. So I guess in theory, even though I can't see a thing, it does make sense for us to try to hold our position here. So let's start with these guys as a kind of front line. We don't want to be too exposed. So I'm going to go here, because this way, if we want to leave the woods, we can leave the woods, but hopefully we've still got fairly solid wood bonus there. And yeah, let's just deploy along here. So I'm still not convinced these archers are going to do a great job of firing through the trees, but game seems to think that this is a good situation for them, and it's on the Romans to come to us. They are a little bit divided right now, so there is perhaps some reason to go and charge them down before they can fully group up. Let's see exactly what they have. So this, I think, these are just mercenary units. Melee cav there. This is possibly, I think, Foederati cav. This appears to be a warlord, I believe. I'm not really sure, actually. Yeah, this is probably a warlord, I think, or not really a warlord, but the Roman equivalent. And then in the front they do have a few fairly strong mercenary cav. But I don't really want to go and charge this down. We do have a good, solid defensive position, so let's just wait for them to come to us. Okay, they're coming towards us now. I'm not really sure what woke them up because their reinforcements are still nowhere near. But I'm going to send my horse archers in, just to really hopefully bring them in. And let's check if these get a bonus too. They don't. Okay, fine. Still, we'll try to lure them in, and once they get into range of our archers, we should start to bring them down pretty quickly. If they do come to attack us, even our Foederati infantry get a bonus in the woods. So pretty much everything we have gets a wood bonus, and I'm hoping that even though I can't see a thing unless I go like this, I'm hoping that we will at least be able to win the fight even without being able to see too much, because in theory this is massively in our favour. So let's see how it goes. We are now in range. Let's see, what range units do they actually have here? So I think these are actually Merc Cav. So yeah, they are firing on us. Yeah, they are horse archers, but we massively outnumber them, so we should drop them pretty quick. And I'm pretty sure that soon our normal archers will be able to fire on them too. And then further back they've got their melee cav, and they just appear to be walking in with absolutely everything. They do have some peasants. I don't think they have any archers here. Taking a few losses, but hopefully most of the damage is going the other way. Go to loose formation and we'll just try and finish them off. Doesn't look like the reinforcements are coming in. I did not look at the map there, but they don't appear to be on the map anymore, which in some ways is a bad thing because we want to take the town, and we want to just have these Romans completely dealt with. But something very strange appears to be going on back there. They do have this one Merc unit which appears to be on its way in, but we can't really see it unless they're somehow hidden. That doesn't really make sense. Okay, so they're coming in. Our archers should be able to fire on them pretty soon. Not sure who these are. They were a bit too far forward, actually. I don't think I told them to do that. Pull them back a bit. And then, yeah, they're pretty close now, so I'm pretty sure within the next few moments they will be in range. Okay, so actually, I stand corrected. They are on the field. Looks like they were hidden in the trees, the reinforcements, so they will be on their way over pretty soon, but this guy is now fully in range of our archers, or near enough, getting there, and will soon start to drop pretty quickly. So let's pull these away, and let's take our melee cav. Try and run these down, although actually they're dropping really quickly just to our foot archers. So that's all completely fine. The infantry are still a little way off. But yeah, those are dropping so quick. But as long as we don't get caught out here by the skirmish mode, which we might, I'm going to attempt to get away. They have their orders, they just have to actually follow them. Nope, never mind, we lost that unit. That kind of sucks. Okay, fine. Never mind, I'm kind of sick of using those. Okay, fine. Let's see. So these should all be in range, I think. The Veteranii are probably up there with the biggest threats of the group. They're not dropping so far. Actually, I don't think I kept an eye on the Foederati Cav. I assumed they routed, but I stand corrected, they're still there. So let's try and run them down while they're separate, as yeah, they are now routing. Okay, that's fine. Hopefully we'll soon change to focus on the infantry instead, as they're coming forwards with their own Foederati. This is a fine matchup for, well, our Golden Band more so than these, but we'll bring these in too. We'll bring these around the side, and let's see, what else do we have? Spear warbands, that's not ideal for this fight. Let's bring in our own veterans, I think they're on the side. Okay, successfully routed some of them, but when their veterans come in, that's going to be a bit of an issue. And they do have the warlord here, but hopefully with our wood bonus, we'll be able to break him pretty easily. And here comes Burkhard. Hopefully to break the general. Yeah, the veterans here are going to cause us some problems. We need to bring in the chosen axemen actually, those are the ones we need most. They're going to have a really good matchup here, as we are being routed here too. By, looks like actually, just the Foderati cav. Okay, so we've lost some of our Foderati mercenaries, but that's okay. Let's bring Burkhard around the back. Try to rout these, because they're going to do very well. There we go, pretty much routed all of them. Further back they have, I think, just the peasants. Yeah, just the peasants. And then a small number of mercenary horse archers, which I don't think we have to worry about too much. They do have their second wave coming in, so got to be a little bit careful. Got to probably form back up. But yeah, I think, although it was extremely difficult to micro, the hill bonus, or the wood bonus, did actually help us quite a bit there. So this is not worth our ammo. Don't want to risk the friendly fire really, but there we go, we kill him off. Time to get Burkhard out of there. And yeah, we'll just form back up and wait for the next wave. Okay, next wave is coming in. Consists of some archers. I think we've already spent most of our ammo, which might have been a bit of a mistake. Some very strong infantry, although they must be pretty tired jogging like that. I'm sure there's a more efficient way to move. They also have some limitanii, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, and quite a few crossbowmen, so we need to make sure we charge them down. This is actually looking a lot tougher. Lots of equites too. Yeah, definitely the stronger force of the two, so got to be pretty careful here. Hopefully do a little bit better than in the previous fight, because I think, yeah, this is definitely going to be tougher. Let's see, they are already in range, so they're going to start charging in pretty soon. A lot of our units are hidden, including the axemen, who I've deliberately left on the flank. Hopefully they can charge in and break something from behind. And then we're going to use these two. Hopefully a little bit more effectively this time. Just try and rout them as they come in. Hit them from behind perhaps. Okay, here they come. So coming in firstly with peasants, this is not really the best use of our chosen axemen, but let's hopefully just rout them nice and quick. They're coming in also with Foderati infantry. I'm going to send Burkhard around to deal with those, as actually they've got quite a few. Just send everyone in, as they appear to be really charging down our chosen axemen, which is not what I wanted to see. In theory it's an okay matchup. Yeah, I've got to get the cavalry to hit them in the back here. Infantry starting to arrive. Not a good matchup for us spearmen, but if we can rout their general, that's going to be a big step forward. Okay, so let's see, we've got 36 of these left. Let's send them over to deal with the veterans if we can. Got to be pretty careful with Burkhard, he's kind of a little bit exposed here. Okay, I'm going to pull back because I can see a lot of projectiles coming in. Elsewhere, our infantry line is still mostly holding. There are a few heavy infantry coming in the back there. Here's an axeman, we're going to pull back, and I think most of our cav are going to pull back too. Okay, they're coming in with the general. Let's actually just finish him off, as I'm not sure if he successfully routed us. Yes, he has. Okay, he's routed a couple of our units. Let's try and finish off the general with these. Okay, lots of mercenary cav coming in. Got to be very careful. And we do have the veterans over there. I think we can probably break the general here, but this is looking really quite dangerous. So let's bring these into... This seems to be a massive force of cav. And we have to try and break them before they can break us. We should have the combat bonus in our favour. Yeah, a lot of these units not really being used too well. Okay, successfully broken some of them. Warlord has pulled back though, so I think we've got to pull back too. Axeman's still going. And if they do hit the veterans, they should have a really good matchup there, so hopefully that's going to be enough. There are a few more veterans coming in from the side. Let's see what else can we bring in. So we've got a few cav here we can just send for a charge. Burkhard's got to go around the back, I think. We're also being fought here. Let's see what's the matchup here. So that's not really in our favour. Let's send in the Foederati to deal with those. And then over here we've got to pull back because Burkhard is at serious risk there. I'm really scared for him. This is just so hard to see what's going on. Okay, so let's see. Mercenary veterans are broken there, that's good. Still got our axemen. Just try and go for a nice charge and hopefully break them if we can hit them from the back. Here we go. Charge in. I think this is really risky for our leader. Let's see, 52 of them. Defeat seems certain. They are eager but exhausted. Okay, we're going to have to really press this. Let's see, what can we do? They've got their leader there too. If we can actually rout him, that's going to make a big difference. As over here, meanwhile, mostly dealing with those. Warlord, down to 21. Probably fighting some pretty bad fights here, so we're going to pull back. Their Warlord's still holding on, just the one guy. There we go. So worried that was my guy, but it wasn't. Okay, we're fine. Let's see what else have they got. So these are just crossbowmen, so let's just charge them with everything. And then I'm going to pull Burkhard just right out of the fight now, because I'm scared I've risked him too much already. Oh my god, this is really bad. They've stopped. They've stopped instead of charging. Makes zero sense, but we're just going to take advantage of it and run. I'm going to take these guys off skirmish mode, and we might just have to go for a massive infantry charge here. Oh my god, what are they doing? Why aren't they running? Terrible, terrible, terrible. Just going to attack them with my archers because I'm that desperate to keep my leader alive. Okay, what else have we got? I'm going to have to just charge this, I think. There we go, we broke them. Okay, good. What else is happening? This fight is, I think, still in our favour. We're just fighting crossbowmen here. This should be completely fine. Leader is towards the back. Let's make sure these guys leave the field. Over here, meanwhile, I thought we had a good surround going here. But yeah, these are some very elite units, and it looks like they have, must be gold chevrons because they just have so many flags right now. So we're gonna have to pretty much send everything after them. Elsewhere, we've got these guys who are still fighting the crossbowmen, still not able to win somehow. I've not really got any other cavalry I can use, so I will have to actually bring my general back in. They do just seem to have some extremely elite units here. Try to break them with my cav charge. There we go, we've mostly broken them. Let's hit these two. And we're just relying on numbers here because obviously these are not great fighters, but there we go, we've routed them as well. Alright, so we've lost most of our forces here, I think. Let's run these in to attack further crossbowmen. And I think they're going to start to flee pretty soon. Over here, I think we have successfully taken out that extremely elite unit. So it appears to be mostly just ranged units left now. Let's just try and hit them with everything we have. Okay, what else do they have? Do they actually have anything that I'm scared of? That's a big question. So no, it appears to just be the ranged units, the crossbowmen, and a few routing melee units, which we can definitely deal with completely fine. Okay. That was close. We could definitely have lost our leader there, but mostly got away with it. There's actually no, they're still there. They're really still there and they're completely fine. There's this one guy who's kind of got them trapped, but yeah. That's not actually dealt with. We do have our 12 chosen axemen, which is not a great matchup for them, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and try and fight them with those. It's okay, so successfully routed another unit of crossbowmen, and let's just go for the next. Got some golden band here. They should have good enough morale to successfully win this, even though the difficulty setting is very much against us here. This should be fine. Warlord, let's be a little bit careful with. Oh my god. Just lost about half of them and we didn't break them. Okay, I'm pulling out. I can see him there at the back. Let's just get him out of there. What else is happening? So these guys are still running in. They're about to hit. Fortunately, we will hit them in the back, so hopefully our damage bonus will enable us to win there. Yeah, we do manage to rout them, that's good. Burkhard is fine for now. And here they've just got some archers, should be able to break them pretty easy. And then what else have they actually got left? I'm not really sure. I can't really see too much. Let's see, I think there's something over here. Yeah, just some more crossbowmen. Okay. Charge these down. And I would normally chase down the routers, but in this case I just don't really have enough cav to actually do it. So I'll try to do it with my infantry, or my archers I guess. And I'll send these, even if they can't catch them up, let's just make sure they keep routing. So okay, here we go. About to engage using our archers, not ideal, but our chosen axemen are following them in. And I think at this point we'll just speed this up, as yeah, we've routed those two. Okay, so what do they actually have left? Something up here, I think. Yeah. Got some crossbowmen here. Let's chase them down. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. Actually, one more unit here. What is this? The comitatenses, they're still in the fight. There's 9 of them left, and we don't have much to fight them with. I'm going to send in our veterans. They're not too far off, and our numbers here should win us this fight. Plus, they must have very low morale, having already routed once. And that's pretty much going to be it for the fight, I think. As long as we can successfully win this. No, they think success. Victory seems almost certain, they think. Actually, wow, they're actually going to win this. This is crazy. That is a hell of a strong unit. I don't want to engage them at all. I'm going to have to send everyone in at once, I think. Let's see. So where are they? Yeah, I'm going to charge in all my units at once. Hopefully it won't be archers who arrive first. Our axemen did do well last time, and they're not too far off, so yeah, it looks like they will arrive first. Let's just do a war cry. And hopefully we'll strike them hard enough to break them pretty quickly, but wouldn't be surprised if my own axemen, yeah, they're actually shaken. And yeah, we are the ones who rout. But here we go, huge force coming in now, and we do break them using our archers of all things. I'm not sure what they could possibly have left. Maybe just a final unit of reinforcements coming in here. Let's see what they've got. Used to be a ballista, okay. Let's run them down.
The enemy flee from the field like frightened goats. Hunt them down and slay them all.
Okay, the fight has officially been won. Fortunately, the ballistas didn't manage to get a single kill, but looks like we didn't manage to actually successfully chase them down either. Still, won the fight, and let's see if we actually won the town too. Really heavy losses there, but I think they were so elite that there wasn't much else we could do. Okay, we've successfully taken the town, and if we exterminate it, we will immediately get 18k in the bank, so that's excellent. Hopefully we can use that to retrain and to maybe train up a few extra units too. But there we go, we've taken another settlement, and we're now ready to potentially push on the final town if we can build up a bit more of a force here, which we probably can because this is looking like an extremely good town. So there we go, yeah, thanks for watching guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.